After the shortest offseason in the history of North American pro sports, the NBA returns tonight. One of the biggest stories surrounding the Clippers is Kawhi Leonard's player option after this season. Here is what Kawhi said when asked about it yesterday. This is interesting. Take a listen.
Just for my situation right now, I'm just focused on this season. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm going anywhere else or staying here, but I'm just focused on the season. And, you know, obviously for, if I stay healthy, the best decision is to decline a player option, but that doesn't mean I'm leaving or staying. I'm focused on the season, like I said. We'll talk about that when the time is right.
So that's really interesting. He said, if I'm healthy, the best decision is to decline the player option, basically because that would make him a free agent. And even if it's staying with the Clippers, get lots more money next offseason. Hearing that and knowing that Kawhi obviously went through the season in Toronto, remember all the Kawhi and dine and all the sort of moves the city made to keep him? He's comfortable going through that and then picking up and going somewhere else if he has to.
I don't think Kawhi's going anywhere. I think he's just going to, ensure his chances on getting a bigger bag, which he will get because the team committed to Paul George, another veteran who they want to pair him with. Now, say he gets injured this year, he's out. Regardless, they're still going to re-sign him because they put all their eggs in this basket to make this run for the next 5 years with these two guys. And he's just going to maximize, his pay scale. He's going to maximize that. That's all he's trying to do. This is the last big bag he's going to probably get. Yeah. And so he's going to maximize it totally, and I don't see him going anywhere.
Do you know why Paul George signed that extension? Because he's not Kawhi Leonard, right? Because he's not Kawhi Leonard. He's like, all right, let me get this money in the bag, right? Kawhi could have signed his extension and could have done that. But Kawhi's like, look, I want to keep my options open because when you do this, you know what you do? You make the Clippers stare at you the whole time. What do you need? What do you want? Once you committed, it's like, all right, it's like you got that ring on your finger, like, all right, you're stuck with me. But now they're focused on getting him what they want. Now he knows that they're going to try and go and sign players or go over the cap, all the things necessary to be a champion. And so I think he did it as a strategic move. I don't know Kawhi. Don't nobody know what Kawhi is doing. But if he's healthy, he'll be a free agent.
And look, if we look at that 2021 free agent class, Giannis is no longer on the board. And you had so many teams that were kind of saving some cap room just in case, right? A bunch of guys got extended yesterday, even restricted free agents, not going to be on the board to the same degree. So Kawhi basically saying, hey, unless there's something I don't expect, I will be that top guy on the board. I'm sure there are a lot of teams that were saving room for someone else who might be like, well, we could at least try. We could at least throw money at him. And the Clippers, of course, as you say, Paul, will try as well to keep him. All right, a little bit more Clippers for you because on Sunday, Ty Lue said he plans to use Kawhi in more triangle offense sets in a similar way to the Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan were used by Phil Jackson. Of course, Ty has personal experience there. Richard, those are lofty comparisons, but what would you expect Kawhi in a triangle to look like? Would you expect him to do well in that?
Well, I think they're lofty comparisons, but I think at Kawhi's prime, when he's at his best, like I think you can compare him, right? I wouldn't say whole career, but I think it's more about how you allow players to score. And they have always said that the triangle offense isn't about the primary scorer. It's about guys around them getting a rhythm, getting a feel. And I think that was something that the Clippers lost. It was like, yeah, we can be Kawhi and we can be Paul, but it's like, where do the other guys fit in on there? So a lot of times when they're saying, oh, we're going to play him out of the triangle, that's to get other players their rhythm and system kind of feel. So when he says that about Kawhi, he's really talking about how to get Morris and Kennard and all of these other guys in a rhythm.
Yeah, I think his game really fits the triangle offense because if you look at how he operates on the offensive end, he's great in those spaces at the elbow, at the mid-post where you get one or two dribbles and he goes into his mid-range shot. And then it gives him an opportunity to get movement around him so where he can make plays with his passing and get better at that. So I applaud that Lue is looking at these different variations of the offense to try to make him the best player that he can be because he's their best player. And if you can have your best player comfortable within the offense, it makes for a better team. And so I think that's a great move right there. Not all game long, but like some portions of the game.
And we got to get Paul George some pick and rolls.
I mean, I think he had more pick and rolls last year than he's had his whole career.
Richard.
What? We can't joke here.
I think Paul George would be great in the triangle also.
Yeah.
I mean, great slasher. He can post. There's one or two dribbles to the rim. I mean, I think that's awesome.
All right, we got some late breaking news from producer Danny in my ear right now. He said that the Lakers have announced that they are going to wait until fans are back in the building to unveil their championship banner. So Rings are scheduled to be given out tonight.
I mean, they got 17 of them.
We'll wait.
I mean, they got 16.
There's no rush.
There's no rush.
I thought Celtics fans aren't counting all the Lakers titles.
They're counting.
I mean, they're
definitely counting.
All right, before we go, Steph Curry said this about playing with Kevin Durant, quote, "The great ones bring the best out of you." So, Richard, Curry, Durant, tonight, what are you expecting before we go?
I think Steph is going to have the heaviest load he's ever had to carry, and it's going to be interesting to watch him go out there, and he's going to have to average 30 in order for their team to be highly competitive. And so without Klay, especially without Draymond, that means he's the primary ball handler, he's the primary creator, and the primary scorer, probably the secondary scorer also. So I think this is going to be a great year for Steph because he's going to have to do so much.
So he's going to have to pull a James Harden, you're saying?
Not the dribble at the top of the key.
No, but I'm saying he has to carry that type.
He's got to carry the team, and that was a lot of criticism on Steph. Could he carry a team the same way that some of these other superstars have?
Yeah, I think he's going to put up big stats. I don't think he's going to be as efficient as he has had in the past because he doesn't have the same spacing when you have guys like KD, Draymond, Klay Thompson out there. But he's going to put up big numbers, I believe, also.
James Wiseman available tonight. Steve Kerr would not give out his starting lineup, but again, Draymond out. What do you expect to see from Wiseman?
I think Wiseman, Steve said that he was going to keep it very, very simple. Run to the front of these guys. He played one game in high school or one game in college, not really got an opportunity to train. So it's just roll to the rim, be a rim protector. We're just going to keep it A, B, and C for the young player and allow him to develop into his game.
Roll to the rim.
Roll to the rim.
That's what you want him to do all night.
That's what they're going to do for the young fella.
Hey, man, just set screens and roll tonight. The number one pick. The number two pick, you just want him to set screens and roll.
Famer, nominee Paul Pierce. Congratulations.
That's what Steve said. Steve Kerr said this, not me.
Opening night. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.